Sorry about this, but you and I are no more. So I'm sorry about making you think there was any chance of us actually getting married to each other.
What? What are you talking about? You and I only just got engaged to one another a few days ago. And this week you are supposed to be coming with me to my parents' house to talk with them about the marriage, right?
And that's become a real pain in the butt for me. And the only reason I ended up becoming engaged to you is because of how annoying you'd always get about it. I never originally planned on being together with you until marriage, Emily.
This is all a joke, right?
Why would I be saying all of this if it was only a mere joke? Did you really think that I'd want to be getting married to you?
Then why were you saying to me that you wanted to get married? When you were the one proposing to me at the time as well when saying all of that.
I know I said things like that, but I was never being serious about all of that.
What? You weren't being serious about your feelings for me when you said you wanted to get married? How were you able to do something so manipulative to me?
I was just saying things like that to you because of the vibe. You know, I just wanted to make you happy at the time, because it seemed you really wanted to think we were both in this relationship for the same thing. I think you should be thanking me for being so thoughtful and speaking like that.
I have no reason to be thanking you for a single thing now, Nolan. You cut all this crap right now. I was thinking that you really were in love with me, and that the two of us were really going to get married. I even went to my parents telling them all about us. If you were never feeling serious about any of this, then I really wish you would have just told me the truth then. So this is you saying you're leaving me right now?
I'm sure it makes sense to you that me not wanting to marry you equals the two of us breaking up! I think the clock is ticking with us. So it's better to finish things off now, while we're both still sane. You've been a real pain in my back for a while now, and it's made me feel sluggish always having to think about you and your feelings.
The fact that you're telling me that you felt that way the whole time, only now? You are awful, Nolan. Tell me, what's your number one reason for wanting this breakup? Just because you feel sluggish having to think about me? There has to be a better reason for you saying all of this to me.
Huh? What are you trying to say to me?
I've known about how you've been cheating on me, Nolan.
What?
But then you started talking about marriage with me and even proposed to me last week. That made me assume things were over with between you and the other girl, but I never talked with you about any of it because I thought it was only a short-term thing between you two. But I'm sure things are still holding strong between you guys and that she's the reason you want to break up with me, right?
Are we done here yet? I want you to listen to me very carefully now, Emily. I've already told you that things between us are done with, so I'll let you in on a little secret. I happen to be going out with 6 other women besides you right now.
What? 6 other women?
I'm sure you never noticed anything like that, right? I made sure to do a very good job hiding all of them from one another, including you. But I've started to realize when there's one girl that starts to become a problem for me, it could bring down my whole scheme. So in order to avoid any of the others finding out about you or each other, I'm breaking up with you. I'm sorry, but you need to give up now.
I am so shocked by all of this. What should I be saying right now? So, Nolan, you've been going out with 7 girls in total, including me, this whole time.
Well, I suppose I have been. And I think 7 was one too many for me. So that's why I'm getting rid of you. Just be happy you got to live a short period of your time thinking that the feelings between you and I have been real.
I feel so terrible right now about what you've told me. I can't bring myself to say anything else to you. I can't do this. Don't you ever talk to me again, okay?
Oh, that sounds perfect to me. And the same thing goes for you as well. Don't you ever come around me again. You're an eyesore for me now.
I was just starting to think I had become your fiancé, but all I've been to you is a part of your circle of women. I can't believe any of this. This is it then. I hope you burn in hell for doing things like that.
Hey, Why are you here of all places, Emily?
I've been wondering the same thing about you, Nolan. I would have never thought that the man who had me wrapped into a 7-girl circle like you'd done 3 years ago would be showing up at a place like this.
Have you been stalking me or something? Were you looking into me all over the internet in order to find me here? Why are you here right now? I told you, you're a complete eyesore to everyone!
I'm not here for you, you jackass. This happens to be one of my friend's weddings. I want to know why you're showing up to her wedding when she's never had anything to do with you.
The man your friend's marrying is my boss. And let me tell you something. You've gotten really, really fat since the last time I saw you.
Excuse me?
3 years ago, you weren't all that bad looking. And I was even able to deal with you. But holy crap, you're a freaking fatty!
Are you having fun making fun of one of your exes like that? I don't remember you ever having the right to be saying things like that about me after what you did. But I guess you were always a complete jerk, so it's just part of your character to act like a child right now.
I might be a bit of a jerk at times, but right now, I'm only stating the facts about you, fatty. Did you get to that size from all the stress of a man of my nature leaving you? You're going to make me begin to feel responsible for your weight if that's the case. I'm so very sorry for making you inflate like a gosh dang balloon.
Stress, huh? I sure was stressed back when we had first broken up. But that was around 3 years ago, and now I have nothing to do with you.
I know that. But I also know that the truth is, you still have feelings for me, right? And that's why today, you came here looking for me. Wanting to get me to come back into your arms, right?
Huh? I have no idea what you're wanting to say there, idiot. Do you even understand half of the crap that comes out of your mouth when talking to women? At this point, it seems you're completely in a world of your own, and there's no point in trying to talk to you any.
Well, if you want to be upset with me like that, then keep it up. But I know the truth about you, Emily.
I don't think you do know the truth about me, actually.
Sure. Anyway, come to the lobby to see me for a sec.
Why should I have to go over there to see you?
It's been years since you and I have seen one another, so we should at least get the formalities of introducing ourselves to one another out of the way. So come over here!
I don't have anything to talk with you about.
What was that? Well then, why are you at this wedding? I thought it was normal for people to talk to one another when they come to an event like this.
And you're not wrong about that. But what do you want with me that requires me to come and see you?
Oh, come on now. Just get your fat butt over here.
Fine, but don't you dare get too close to me.
You're so fat that it was like sinking my fist into a tub of dough.
Are you completely screwed in the head, Nolan? You just punched me for no dang reason. What the hell do you think you're doing?
It hurts my eyes to have to look at such a fat and lonely witch like you be in that dress. Get the hell out of here, now! If someone here were to learn about a hippo like you having been my girlfriend at one point, I'd be screwed myself. Now, before someone catches on to us, get lost!
You're not even going to feel bad for what you've done, you bastard! Dang it, my stomach hurts so bad. I am not going to let you get away with that.
I never saw something like this coming. Running into one of the women from that group of girls I messed around with back in the day at this wedding? When I called you over and got a good look at your fat body, I ended up punching you out of instinct.
Do you have any idea what you might have just done to the baby in my belly?
What?
You're going to frickin' pay for what you've done here.
What? Huh? Baby? Huh?
Why did I have to run into you at a time like this? This is the worst. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I was just trying to come and see my friend's wedding today, but I can't believe this is all because of the crappy things you done in the past, you bastard. Who cares that you had 7 women you were sleeping with at a time? What you just did to me and my baby by punching us, it is screwed up on so many levels. That was so brainless of you that I'm going to make sure you answer for your carelessness.
Wait a second, Emily. I didn't mean to do any of that to you. And what's all of this about me punching your baby? Are you talking about your food baby after eating all that food at the buffet or something, you fatty?
Is it that surprising to you that I'm pregnant right now?
It's not surprising to me any. It's impossible for you to be carrying a baby. You're single right now, right?
Why the hell do you just assume that I'm single right now?
Well, look. You never once told me anything about you having gotten married to someone in these past 3 years.
Why the hell would I be telling some parentless monster like you about my life and how I'd gotten married? Don't you feel stupid for even assuming that I'd do something like that for you?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Parentless monster? I have parents! And what makes you think you can say things like that about the man you still love?
What? What are you saying, Nolan? You are a frickin' disgrace. I am married to the man I love right now and would never love someone else besides him, especially someone as disgusting as you.
Huh? You're actually married? You have to be kidding me!
That's why I've been going on about how I am carrying my husband's and my baby right now. He and I made a baby together, and you're going to act like something like that is completely taboo of me?
What? Then what about all those feelings you had for me?
What the frick? What feelings?
But you've been my ex-girlfriend this whole time now, right? Actually, you're my ex-fiancé. So that makes things between us even more hot, right? Are you trying to tell me that while having those feelings for me, you got married to another man and never told me anything about it?
We were only engaged for like a week, Nolan. And it's not like those feelings of love were mutual between us at the time anyway. I had assumed that you and I were engaged, but you never felt that same way. I was just one of the 7 women you had been going out with at the time.
You being a part of the 7 and you being my fiancé are 2 different things.
You are an absolute monster, Nolan. Whether it be the fact that you had 7 girlfriends at one time that you never said anything about, or the fact that you proposed to me only to get me to shut up. You are trash, and I want you to remember yourself as that for the rest of the time. And you are going to, because there were people around us that just saw what happened. So you are completely and utterly finished. You said that the groom of this wedding is your boss, right?
What are you talking about?
You just told me that a second ago, idiot. And the bride is one of my best friends.
I thought you only said that she was a friend of yours.
Right now, she is very worried about the health of me and my baby. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen to you later on.
Wait, looking forward to what though? What's gonna happen to me?
All I'm trying to say is that it's too late to ask for any forgiveness now, you idiot.
Wait a second, please. Just calm down. Can you come back here right now and talk to me? Where are you right now anyway?
I'm on my way to the dang hospital right now.
The hospital? Why are you going there?
Are you freaking brainless or something? You just punched me in the belly while I'm pregnant with a baby that's almost due. Jesus Christ, do you need to have me send someone to you to help you spell it out for yourself or something?
I don't remember hitting you in the gut that hard though. You're just overreacting right now.
I sure as hell am not overreacting when this involves the health of my child. We have been hurt by what you've done to us, so that punch was a punch for sure.
Wait, Emily, calm the hell down!
I am going to make sure that you never get to act like a freak ever again. Whether that means you go to prison for assaulting me, or you go to a mental hospital so that the doctors can figure out what the hell is going on inside that skull. Either way, you're going to be rotting in hell after today.
Hey! Where the hell are you right now? It's all because of you things are going down the drain for me!
I was not wanting to see a frickin' call coming from you right now. What do you want from me, you bastard?
Don't talk to me like that! I'm in a pinch right now! Your friend ended up seeing what went down between you and I, and started telling everyone about it! And she did so while the spotlight was on her in the middle of the wedding!
I'm pretty sure that the bride would speak up about something like that when it's her own wedding and she never expected there to be violence. And not just violence, but violence against a woman and her baby that she's been carrying.
Do you have any idea where I'm at right now?
I don't give a crap about that.
I'm with the police! I was taken into custody by them and had to go through an hour's worth of questioning. They said they're going to let me go for now, but because of that, you've gone and wasted a few hours of my life for nothing!
Huh? So after having the police literally take you to their police station and question you on what you did, you're not going to feel an ounce of regret for me or anything? Instead, you're going to now resort to blaming me for your own inconvenience? Are you actually 3 years old, Nolan?
It's because of you that the bride saw what happened today, and she's gone and told everyone at her wedding, turning them all against me. Now that I'm going back to the wedding, I can already tell that the air is going to be harsh for me to breathe, because everyone is going to think that there's some kind of a problem with me. My coworkers at the wedding had to watch as I was taken away by the police, so I'm sure that's not going to end up well for me. I feel totally embarrassed by what happened, and now I'll never be able to live this story down. This is all your freaking fault, Emily!
Hey, cut the BS right now, you cunt.
What was that?
Because of you assaulting me today, my frickin' water broke.
What? What the hell does that mean?
You don't have a clue what my water breaking means for me and my baby? Look it up on Google, you idiot. Thank God my baby came out okay from all of this, but was still born prematurely. I'm going to make sure your life is over for this. For assaulting both myself and the baby I was carrying. And remember that I'm not the only one pissed off with you right now, but so is my friend and her husband.
I know that already. My boss is infuriated with me right now. And if he's not able to calm down after today, I'll most likely end up getting fired over what happened. You'll be the reason I get fired from my job. If that ends up happening, I'm going to hold it against you for the rest of my life.
Hold it against me? I hope that you do. You holding what you did to yourself against me for the rest of your life just shows me that you still haven't learned anything, and that I'll only need to push harder to ruin your life.
What do you mean I haven't learned anything? Did I really do anything wrong today, Emily?
Nolan, for frick's sake, you punched a pregnant woman in the gut today. Not only did you commit a crime by assaulting me, but you also committed another crime by assaulting my baby. Did you know that?
And I told you that I thought I was just punching your fat gut, Emily! And I did all of that on a whim, so it's not like it meant anything!
The fact that you think assaulting someone on a whim is totally acceptable deserves you a comfy seat at the mental hospital. Are you trying to tell me this is normal behavior from you or something? Or perhaps this is just what you do to your ex-girlfriends? You and I have been apart for 3 years now, and I had completely forgotten about you up until today. But it seems like you've had me on your mind this whole time. Maybe you've been thinking about me all along because you've been wanting to assault me? It doesn't matter. I'm going to head to the police and tell them that I want to take your butt to court over this.
What? Take me to court? Why would you do that?
Oh, for God's sake, Nolan. I can't believe they let you out of preschool. You punched me and the baby today, assaulted us. Do you think something like that is acceptable? How much of a freaking idiot are you?
Do you really not have any more feelings left for me? You would never take someone you still have feelings for to court over something like this?
This is hopeless. You don't seem to even be able to understand the most simple of English. What language do you actually speak, Nolan? Perhaps you can understand this. I hate you. And not only do I hate you, but now I see you as a criminal.
What the hell? Why are you saying all of that about me? Are you trying to say that I actually did anything wrong to you?
Dang it. I guess there really is no hope with you, is there? You punched me, Nolan. In the gut. In today's world, punching someone equals going to jail.
And I said I was sorry about that!
No, you have not! That was your first time saying sorry, right there! Jesus!
Well, I've apologized now, so we can be done with all of this now, right? Forgive me! It's not good for you to be angry with someone like that for so long!
Be angry with someone? You think that this is just anger I have for you, Nolan? I despise you. I despise the fact that someone your age cannot see they just did something as absurd as punching a mother and her baby. I just can't get a word through that thick concrete skull of yours, can I? I feel like an idiot for even replying to your texts anymore.
Emily, please. I actually do feel quite bad for what I did to you. I'm 35 years old this year, and I'm finally starting to get recognized at work. Things have been looking really good for me so far in the company, and I can just feel a promotion coming soon. And I'm wanting to get married myself now, too. I can't be forced to leave the job I have right now and still expect that someone will want to marry me. Can you go and talk to your friend's husband about this and get him to change his mind on wanting to fire me? He's the husband of your best friend, after all, and will listen to you.
I love that you think I'd ever do something to help you.
Why can't you do something to help me out? Your ex-boyfriend is in a slight pinch right now.
And because of your violence today, you've put my preborn baby into a bit of a pinch. And from what I can tell, you don't care about my baby or myself any, because our health has nothing to do with you, right?
Wait, I never said I don't care about how you're both doing now. But your baby came out healthy, right? To me, that sounds like everything's all right now on your end.
Nothing is all right now, Nolan. Nothing at all. Because of you, my baby was born weeks too early and will need to stay in the hospital for at least 2 weeks so that the doctors can help them. I wasn't even able to see my baby after giving birth because the moment it happened, the doctors had to take my baby away. What you've done is in no way okay.
What? Is that what had to happen to the little guy? But it's going to turn out fine, right? So since your baby's going to be fine, do something about me and my job!
Screw you, Nolan. Sure, I can go and tell my friend's husband not to fire you, but it's not going to do anything. I'm already on the phone with the police telling them that I'd like to take actions against you for assaulting me and to have you taken in for good.
Wait, you really do not need to be doing that to me. Hold on just a second, all right? If you do that, you'll really be putting me into a hard place. I'm sorry. I seriously mean that. I made some bad mistakes today, right?
Don't try to fool me. I know all you're saying right now is BS. You were the one who threw me away 3 years ago after telling me you were with 6 other women besides me. And you didn't care about me at all then. And after the time had passed and I never thought I'd have to see you again, this happens. All at my friend's wedding while I am 8 months pregnant. You deserve to be put in a hard place, Nolan.
Emily, I'm sorry. Please forgive me already!
Rotten hell, you bastard child. I'm sure you'll never be hearing from me again after today. But man, did you make the wrong call thinking I was both fat and single. The only eyesore out of the 2 of us is you. People, monsters that think it's okay to carelessly punch people like you deserve to be seated right next to Satan when you go to hell.
You're going way too far with all this. I've learned all the wrong things I've done.
Shut the hell up about learning. How can you learn anything when there's no brain in your skull? I'm going to call my husband in here right now, and we are going to call the police.
What? But I'm already going to be losing my job. Why do you want me to go back to the police again?
Because I want you to be taken out by them, like the trash you really are, Nolan. Everyone at the wedding was a witness to what you'd done, so there is no running from the bell that tolls. Good luck where you're ending up next. You are finally going to be put on trial for all the sins you've committed. Screw you! After that, Nolan was confronted by his boss after showing back up to the wedding and was fired on the spot by him. Nolan knew what was coming next after that and made a dead sprint out the door in an attempt to outrun the police. But after a cold night on the streets and hiding, he was eventually caught. When taken to court, he had to deal with those who had witnessed him assault me, as well as my lawyer, who would do all the dirty work for me while I was in the hospital. In the end, he was charged with 2 cases of assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison. He would also be asked to pay me a very handsome settlement, while also having to pay for my baby's hospital charges. Weeks later, after returning back home with my baby and husband, I was greeted by both of Nolan's parents asking me to drop the charges and let them pay me his settlement, but that wasn't going to fly with us. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Nolan while he serves his time in prison, but I'm hoping that whatever happens, he learns just how terrible his sins were. But of course, it's a bit too late now for him to learn about them, as he's already on a steep slope into hell.
Hey Molly, are you still up? I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to stay out a bit later to do some bar hopping. If you want to go to bed before me, I would just go ahead and do it. Don't bother waiting up for me at this point. Besides, I just know that if you're still up by the time I get home, you're just going to want to nag me, so go ahead and go to bed now.
Hold on a second. Are you really going to be out all night drinking again? Jake, how many times have we talked about this before? You know that I made dinner for 2 tonight before you told me that you were going to be just a little bit late coming back from work? I really wish you would just tell me earlier if you're going to be going out drinking all night.
There we go. I didn't even have to go home. You just immediately go headfirst into the nagging. I work a hard day job all day, and all I want is a little chance to kick back and relax a little. And instead of words of gratitude for all I do for this family, I just get an old shrew telling me that I drink too much. I would be grateful that I even bothered sending you a message letting you know what I was doing at all.
Well, if you really were thinking about me, then you would have sent me a message about your drinking earlier. I had dinner ready at 6:30 because I thought that you were going to be home soon after that. But instead, I've been waiting at home for hours for you to get back. You know that I cooked dinner for you, so just let me know beforehand that you won't need any.
And how many times have I told you that I don't know what I'm going to be doing on a given day of work? Sometimes I have overtime and have to stay at the office late. I don't get why it's such a big deal how much you cook anyways. If there's leftover, then how about you just have some for breakfast tomorrow? There's really no need to turn this into a huge thing.
But I shouldn't be making such huge portions anyways if you're not going to come home to have it. And what makes you think that I would want to have what I ate for dinner the night before for breakfast? I'd much rather you just tell me what your plans are so I can plan to cook accordingly. Is that really so much to ask?
Of course it is! I'm at work! I don't have time to be giving you every little update about what's going on there. Besides, all you do is stay at home taking care of the kids and having fun, and you really have the gall to complain about me? I would have thought that as my wife, you'd be a bit more sympathetic to all that I'm going through for our family.
Jake, you do realize that I work too, don't you? Sure, it's only part-time, but I also contribute to the household. I even offered to go out and work full-time since you're always complaining about how busy you are. But even at this rate, I basically work as much as you do between my job and taking care of the kids.
Wow, you must really think the earth revolves around you, don't you? You think that a part-time job and playing patty cake with a baby is the same as working like me? You really don't know anything about the real world at all.
And I think that you just want to keep me in the house because you're embarrassed. You do remember how much money I was making than you when I had my job before getting pregnant, right? And I thought that I could have gone on working if we had just split the child-rearing duties more equally. But after we had our second kid and I realized you had no interest in doing anything with them, I knew I had to be the one to quit.
That's right. You should have been the one to quit your job because you're the mother, and that means it's your job to raise the kids. And are you really going to tell me that you'd rather be at a desk all day rather than having all the fun that you do with our children? You really are a special kind of selfish. Do you realize that? I can't believe you don't realize how easy you have it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really think that I'm acting selfishly? You have no idea what it's like to take care of the kids. I mean, when was the last time that you even played with one of our children, huh? And I do work on top of all that I do for them.
You've just had it way too easy on you for way too long. Take it from someone who has a real job. If you tried to say half of what you were saying to a boss out in the real world, they would laugh you out of their office. No one wants to hear some woman complain about how hard it is to raise children when they have no idea what it's like to work a full-time job.
You really think that I'm just complaining? That I'm making some light grumblings or something? I don't have to take that from a guy who, when he gets home, flops right down on the couch, turns on the TV, and ignores the world until I say dinner is ready. The least you could do is take our kids out to do something fun on the weekends, don't you think?
And just are you always trying to make me look like the bad guy in everything, huh? You know you're the reason why I never want to spend any time at home. Maybe if I had a better, kinder wife, then I might actually want to spend some time around my family.
I really just don't get it, Jake. Right after we had our first kid, you were so much better about helping me and listening to me. But then you slowly just started relying on me for more and more things until you started to expect it. And before I knew it, I was taking care of 3 kids. One of them being you.
There you go again, trying to put me down and call me names. But I'm still the one going out and earning all the money for us. You and our little brats need to start learning who is really in charge around here. They need to learn who it is that is really providing for them every single day.
I would still think that I'm the one doing all the providing. If I didn't cook for these children, you would probably just serve them instant noodles. If I didn't clean up around the house, then I already know that there would be piles of garbage up to the ceiling around here. I mean, I'm literally the only one who even goes to the grocery store.
And I already told you that you're the woman. Those are all your jobs. And the fact that you're talking like anyone else should be helping you with those says all that I need to know about you. Honestly, just who do you think you are talking to me like that? You should have known when we got married that your life was going to be one of cleaning up the house and taking care of the kids, and that's it.
You really seem to think that you know so much about women. But even if we were supposed to stay in the house like you think, you still have no idea how much work that takes. Or the skills that go into managing a successful household. Honestly, you're the one who needs to open your eyes and start living in the real world.
Oh, just shut up already. I'm sick and tired of you ignoring the fact that I work hard for this family every single day. And if you have time to be texting me this much, it only proves that you really aren't as busy as you say you are.
I'm sorry, Jake, but can you still not understand that it's this kind of attitude that keeps your family from wanting to spend time with you?
What are you talking about now? You don't know anything about my family. Sure, I may have made some mistakes in the past that make some family members keep their distance, but it's not all my fault. Like my dad. He's always just been super strict, and that's why we don't talk. And my mom has always been taking my brother's side in everything we do.
I really just have no idea how you even managed to live with so many delusions. But I guess it took marrying you to finally realize what a self-absorbed egomaniac you really were. Honestly, do you not see that your family is just waiting for you to apologize and make things right to them? It's still not too late.
You have no idea what you're talking about at all. I don't care if people have a problem with me. That's for them to work out. You keep talking to me as if I'm the one living in some kind of fantasy world when it's really you.
I really just don't even know why I even bother with you. But whatever. It's clear that this conversation has been going nowhere for a while now. I hope you enjoy going out drinking tonight. You can go ahead and help yourself to tonight's leftovers if you get hungry tomorrow.
Excuse me? You really think that you can just talk to me like that? How dare you try and feed me, the breadwinner for the whole family, leftovers?
Oh, my mistake. I guess I'll just set up my alarm so I can wake up extra early to make our breakfast then. It's a good thing that you're easy to cook for. I can basically just serve you the same thing I'm giving the kids.
That's more like it. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a night to enjoy. Bye.
Hey, you old cow! When are you finally gonna divorce your husband, huh? Don't you realize that a woman like you is all dried up and doesn't even have an ounce of charm left in her? All you do is cause Jake pain. When are you going to finally just let him be free of you?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are to talk to me about my husband that way? Who even are you at all? Where did you get this number? And just how in the world do you know my husband, Jake?
If I knew it was this easy to get a reaction out of you, I would have tried reaching out even sooner.
Okay, seriously, who are you and what makes you think that you can talk to me like this? Hello? I am talking to you. Are you going to tell me who you are or not?
Well, since you insist. My name is Phoebe, but you can just call me Jake's girlfriend. And yes, I do mean that. I'm not just some fling. Jake and I are super serious. In fact, he took me out to this super duper fancy hotel where we're both at right now. And poor Jakey was so tired after we got back to our room that he passed out right away.
Do you have any idea what you're saying to me right now? Do you realize what you're admitting to? You're seriously messaging me to tell me that you've spent the night with my husband in a hotel?
Well, of course. It's really no surprise that he would choose me over you, though. After all, I'm still young and full of life. There's no way that an old woman like you could ever do the kinds of things that I can for my Jake. So consider this my way of drawing a line in the sand. I want you to divorce Jake or else. Do you understand me?
Is this really why you started messaging me today? Are you really with my husband? Is that what you're telling me? He's really actually there right next to you?
Oh, he's right next to me. But he's so tired. After all, him and I had quite a vigorous workout today. So he's here, but he's fast asleep at the moment. Except he fell asleep with his phone unlocked. So I just borrowed it to find your number. And here we are.
I see. So then what you're telling me is that you're communicating with me without my husband knowing. Is that right? Or does he have any idea at all that you had a plan to try and contact me like this?
Of course he has no idea that I'm doing something like this. I just wanted to take care of the problem that is you, myself. And that's why I'm asking you to please just leave Jake alone. Why don't you just divorce him and then you can finally go and live however you want?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I have a job and I am more than ready to leave him. But the thing is that Jake and I have children, so it's not as simple as just choosing to leave him. Besides, my sister's wedding is coming up and I don't want to cause any drama to distract from that. So I'm afraid that you'll just have to wait until the conditions are better for me to leave him.
Wow. Do you really think that I don't know that these are all just excuses you're coming up with to delay the inevitable? You don't even want to leave him. Just admit it.
No, that really isn't it. Especially now that I know my husband has been seeing another woman behind my back. I don't see any point in staying together with him or trying to fix this.
Well, you say that. But then why can't you just start the divorce process now? If you're not going to leave him now, then when is it finally going to happen?
I told you that you'll just have to wait until after my sister has had her wedding and things have settled down. Until then, I'd appreciate it if you avoided contacting me at all. I'm sure that you also have things that you need to arrange before you and Jake can get married, right?
Well, yes. I also have things that I need to take care of before that happens. But I don't want to have to wait so long just to marry my Jakey!
Oh, don't worry. All of this should take about a month. I'm sure you can hang out that long.
Hey, don't tell me that you're at your sister's wedding right now. What's the matter with you? Don't you know that my dad's funeral is today? How could you be missing this?
I'm not sure what you mean by that. You knew that my sister's wedding was today, didn't you?
I did. But are you really telling me that you're choosing to go to your sister's wedding instead of my dad's funeral? Is this supposed to be some kind of a joke? Honestly, how did I ever end up with such a useless wife? Well, I want a divorce. What do you think of that?
Sorry, I'm really confused by all of this. I mean, your dad is here at my sister's wedding as well.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? My dad is dead. What kind of game are you trying to pull right now, huh? Are you seeing things? Did you hit your head or something like that?
Jake, I really don't know what you're getting at, but your dad is here looking very alive and healthy. I'm sorry, did I miss something? I'm really not sure what you're going on about.
What is going on over there? I'm at my dad's funeral right now.
Well, I don't know what to say. Are you sure it's your dad's funeral and not just someone with the same name? No offense, but your dad does have a super common first and last name.
But, wait, where's the rest of my family? None of them are here. I don't get what's going on.
Yeah, that's why I was confused as to what you're talking about. All your family is here at the wedding.
But, wait, I don't get it. So, my dad isn't dead? He's really still alive?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I see him having a conversation with someone right now. So, unless we can all see ghosts over here, I think he's very much alive.
But that doesn't make any sense. I thought that he was dead. I spent all morning crying over him. How is he still alive?
I really have no idea why you thought that your dad was dead, but the thought of you crying is quite funny.
I don't get it, though. How did this happen? Why did I think he was dead?
Well, I just told your dad that you thought he was, and he got mad and said he's still alive and kicking.
Of course I don't know. There must have been some kind of horrible miscommunication. Tell my dad that we're sorry about the mistake.
We? What do you mean by that? I didn't make any mistakes. Unless you mean to say that you're at the funeral with someone else.
No, I just mean me and the person who told me about the funeral. It's who I'm here with.
I see. But I thought you said that none of your family was at the funeral, right? So then who is the person who told you about it?
It's just a friend from work is all. Why do you care about where I found out about this funeral from, huh?
I just mean that I don't think it was anyone who would actually know what was going on that told you about it. I was talking to your mom and she's telling me how confused she is. Apparently you called her earlier today talking about your dad being dead. She thought you were just pulling a prank.
No, I would never joke about something as serious as that. I really thought that he was dead.
Well, there have been other times that you've lied to your family to get them out of the house. But you just did that so you could sneak in and steal from them, remember? It's probably the biggest reason why your family doesn't talk to you even today.
Of course I know that, but I was so sad when I thought my dad had died.
Oh, please. You were probably just making a big show so that you could try and cash in on his will. But it's too late for that to ever happen. Now your family knows who you really are.
Well, I guess this means that I have a free day at least. You can have fun at the wedding and getting to know my family and all, though. I think I'll just enjoy the free day that I realize I have now.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. After all, it's probably going to be the last good day you have for a while.
What are you talking about? Just what business of yours is it how much fun I have? Are you trying to tell me not to spend too much money?
No, it isn't that at all. I only meant that I want to get a divorce.
Wait, what? A divorce? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that you're seeing another woman behind my back. That's why I want a divorce.
What in the world are you even talking about right now, Molly?
Oh, don't play dumb, Jake. You should know that she started sending me messages bragging about being with you. Her name is, Phoebe, right? You really need to keep a closer eye on her.
Oh, wait a second. Did Phoebe really message you about us?
That's right. And here you thought it was going to be your little secret forever. She must have been why you said you were going to be too busy to come to this wedding anyways. But now I know the truth, and I want to end things with you.
Now hold on just a second. You haven't told any of my parents about any of this at all, right?
And why shouldn't they know that you found a girl that you want to be with? I've only explained to them that we're splitting up because you're seeing someone else. Of course, the two of you should know that I'm going to be suing you both for the affair.
Hold on a second. Don't you think that's taking things too far? At least let me try and explain myself to you.
I really don't care at all what excuses you might have for yourself. The fact of the matter is that you were cheating on me. You've been talking down to me this whole time about how I don't do enough for this family, and meanwhile, you're out staying the night at hotels with stupid girls who expose your plans to your wife. If you want someone to listen to your excuses, you can tell them all to my lawyer, who will be getting a copy of all our conversations. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a wedding to enjoy. After that, Jake rushed over to where the wedding was happening, but the staff at the door told him they were instructed specifically to keep him out. He tried to call to the people in the venue for help, but no one could hear him. In the end, he went back home where I left signed divorce papers on the kitchen table for him to sign as well. After that, the divorce process went over rather smoothly. It turns out that Phoebe wasn't a serious girlfriend of Jake's, but a woman he had met on an app and was hooking up with. It didn't stop me from suing them both and getting a handsome payout, however. I heard that Jake ended up getting fired from his job for poor performance a while later. He tried moving back in with his parents, but they were even more upset with him after this and turned him away. Now, I hear that Jake lives in a tiny little apartment at the edge of the city, working multiple jobs just to make ends meet and pay back the debt he accrued from the lawsuit and divorce.
Naomi, how long are you going to take? What time are you coming home? What are you doing with Skylar? It's already this late. Where have you been all morning? You didn't even come home to make lunch.
I've been at the hospital to have a checkup. I reminded you when I left this morning, didn't I? And I think I told you that I would have this checkup a week ago when I made the appointment. I mentioned that I wouldn't be able to prepare lunch for you. I'm thinking of going to my parents' house to let them see Skylar. I'll spend a few hours there, and hopefully Skylar will be able to have a nap before I come home.
Skylar was only born last week. You can't parade her about outside all day. You've got to bring her home right now. It's already this late. I can't believe you could be so irresponsible. Don't you care about Skylar at all? She could get sick.
This late? It's still 1:30. And there's no need to be so overprotective. I've taken precautions for the sunlight, and we're only going to see my parents. It's not like I'm taking her to meet everyone I know or pushing her pram through a crowd of sick people. I'm following the doctor's advice and making sure she has undisturbed rest and gets her milk. I wouldn't do anything that I didn't think we both can't manage.
But you can't keep her away from me this long. She's already been away from me for 3 hours. Skylar needs me. You can't do this to her. Give her back to me.
What are you talking about? She's not a thing, and she's not yours.
I've decided that I'll raise Skylar myself. I can't trust you with her. I've watched how you've been with her for the past week, and it's obvious that you're no good as a mother. You don't know how to take care of her. If you raise her, she'll end up unhappy. Or worse, she'll be unhappy and she'll be rebellious. It's people like you that end up raising criminals. I can't just stand by and watch you ruin her life. The best thing for Skylar is if you give her up. I'll raise her as my own daughter. She's mine, so give her back.
Skylar's my first child, so of course I don't expect to be able to do things perfectly all by myself. That's why I've been listening to all the advice you've been giving me this week. And I'm really happy that you're helping, but no matter what I do, you keep on complaining that I'm doing things wrong.
So that's what you're thinking of me. I'm doing my best to help you. How can you be so ungrateful? I bet you think that I'm in the way, don't you? You're the one that's living in my house. I'm letting you stay here. I'm providing the roof over your head, and I don't even ask for rent. I've done so much for you, and this is how you repay me? This is why I never approved of Daniel marrying a woman like you.
You were the one that asked that we move in with you. Daniel and I were living together in our old house after we got married, and we planned to stay there. But you wanted us to all live together. You were the one that said you always wanted to live with your grandchild. You pretty much forced us to move in with you once you found out that I was pregnant, and I had to go through all the trouble of moving house when I was already really big.
Why do you have to put it like that? I never forced anything. Just ask Daniel. He was delighted to move back in with us. I've done so much for you. It wouldn't hurt for you to show a little more appreciation, too. Can't you at least say thank you? I think I deserve a lot more, but I shouldn't expect anything from you.
Appreciation? I had a lot more of that when I first met you. But ever since I married your son, and you started to show your true colors, it's become a lot more difficult. Especially after we moved in together, and you wouldn't stop making hurtful comments about the way I did chores and the way I prepared dinner. The stress and fatigue just piled up, and I couldn't please you no matter what I did.
I didn't know you could get any ruder. When have I ever made hurtful comments about anything you've ever done? If I've made comments, it's just because I'm giving you advice as your senior in life. If you think I've been hurtful, it's because you're trying to make me out as the bad person in this story.
I'm an adult too. I understand the difference between advice and sarcastic, backhanded comments. And it's not just those comments. You don't like the food I make, even though I've done my best to follow your recipes. And if you really don't like my cooking, then you could always make your own. But you insist on having me prepare your serving too. And sometimes, you throw it all away, right in front of me. It's not just insulting, it's wasteful. Did you really think that I could just brush that off as advice? I don't understand how you could do something so mean, just for the sake of showing me you don't like my cooking.
I threw it away because it didn't taste good. What's the problem? Did you really think that it was good enough to serve to Daniel and my husband? Nobody would want to eat something disgusting like that, so I saved them the trouble. I just did what they would have wanted to do anyway. If anything, you should be thanking me for not letting them eat something as horrible as that slop you call food.
That's what I'm talking about. In the past few months we've spent living together, you've never eaten my food without making a face, a comment, or throwing it away. On top of that, you were making me do all of the housework right up until the birth. I couldn't have a moment's rest while you were around, even though my back hurt and my feet hurt and I was so tired. Even when my contractions started and I was begging you to call for an ambulance because Daniel was out, you wouldn't call and told me that I was overreacting. I couldn't even get to the phone myself. I thought I was going to give birth right where I was. It wasn't until Robert passed by my room and noticed that my water had broken that I was finally able to go to the hospital. I'm grateful for my father-in-law's care and consideration. But if you want me to be grateful for you, then you'll have to do something I can be grateful for first.
You shouldn't expect everyone to do everything for you. You could have gone to the hospital by yourself. You're so spoiled. It shows that your parents must have been overly protective of you as a child. No wonder you're so disrespectful towards me.
Did you really think that I could drive all the way to the hospital safely when I was getting contractions every 5 minutes? Even after I gave birth, you didn't say anything to me. You didn't ask me how I was doing. Not even a word about how well I had done, even though I was in labor for 15 hours.
I was too busy thinking about Skylar. What did you expect? My first and only priority was the baby. So what if you gave birth? It's nothing special. I gave birth too, and you don't see me begging everyone for praise and compliments.
I didn't expect you to compliment me. But I think anybody would be happy to hear something from family. And anything would have done. And I'd like to remind you that I was only discharged from the hospital a week ago. I've been waking up over and over in the middle of the night to feed Skylar. I haven't had any sleep at all this past week. I'm still trying to get used to a lot of new things, a lot of new emotions, and a new sleep routine. And I'm literally all over the place. But you're still making me do all the housework. I thought you said that it would be better for us all to live together because you'd be able to help out with the baby. But you haven't been doing anything. Even though Daniel and his dad say that I don't have to do anything, to rest when I can and not to push myself too hard, I have to do everything while they're at work because you won't do anything.
Oh, you really are spoiled. You are the one that married my son, not the other way around. What's the point in having you here if you're not going to do the chores? You can't seriously think that you can spend your days just laying around doing nothing. You're being childish if you think that's how things work just because you've moved in with us. I'm here to be with Skylar, not with you. And you shouldn't expect everyone to be nice and kind to you just because you've given birth. So what? That doesn't change anything. You're sorely mistaken if you think you get to slack off just because you've had a baby. The only one we all care about is Skylar. I couldn't care less about you, and nobody else does either. We only need Skylar.
I can't believe you're not gonna even bother to hold back your punches. I take it you mean that there's no use for me at your house if I'm not going to do all of your housework for you?
That's right. I'm glad you finally understand. We only need Skylar to make us happy. I don't need a rude, disrespectful, annoying daughter-in-law like you around the house if you're not even going to do what you're here for. Even if you did do the chores and prepare our food, you're so useless I end up having to redo everything you do anyway. You're just wasting my time, and having you here is a waste of space too, so we don't need you here.
So you think I'm rude and useless. All right.
What, am I wrong? I don't think I said anything you couldn't understand. I made it quite clear. We don't need you in this house. To be honest, I'd prefer if you'd leave as soon as possible and never come back. You don't have to worry about Skylar, she'll be in good hands. We'll raise her without you. I think that's best for her as well. She doesn't need a useless woman like you as her mother.
I just want to check. If you want me to leave, then that means you don't want to live with me, doesn't it?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to live with you, and I want you out of my house. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I understood that perfectly. Then I won't be coming back. I'll be staying at my parents' house. They've got a spare room that I can use, so there's no reason for me to return today. I'll go and get my things another day. Will that make you happy?
Of course, do whatever you want. You're an adult. I don't care where you stay as long as it's not in my house. Nobody in this house is waiting for you to return anyway. I'll have Daniel go and collect Skylar from you when he gets home from work, so make sure she's had her rest and you've got all her things ready by then. I'll let you spend these last few hours with her at least. You're not going to come back to this house, so this will be the last time you ever see her. I'm glad you finally come to your senses. You're not fit to be a mother.
I understood the part about not coming back to stay in your house, but you're wrong about one thing. I am not handing my daughter over to you. Skylar is staying with me. I'm her mother.
What are you talking about? I just told you that you're not fit to be a mother. Are you going to take her away from me? You can't do that. She needs me.
Oh, you think that I'm not fit to be a mother because I need support to raise her and because I can't handle all of the housework on just 1 hour of sleep a night? You expect the impossible from me. You're saying that I'm taking her away from you, but you're not her mother. She was never yours to begin with.
She's my granddaughter. That makes her mine.
I don't think that your way of thinking that she belongs to you is very healthy for Skylar. I don't think that raising her in an environment where you think that you can treat me however you like is good for her either. Daniel and Robert have both lost their patience with the way you've been treating me. I know that the both of them have done their best to talk with you privately and get you to change your attitude. But it still hasn't changed after months. And if it's only going to get worse now that Skylar's born, I'd rather not live with you either. Your own son and husband have given up on getting you to change your ways, so there's no way I can keep hoping.
Robert as well? You're lying. I remember him mentioning something about you, but I've forgotten what he said. It didn't seem very important. But I know that they all hate you. Nobody wants you to stay in our house, and we're all happy that you've finally given birth so we can get rid of you and keep Skylar.
Who's they? Do you mean Daniel and Robert? Because I know Daniel loves me, and Robert is a wonderful father-in-law. And even if they did actually hate me, I think they'd be more mature about it. You've been far from mature these past few months. You've been passive-aggressive and childish at best. All you've done is bully me and make me feel bad about myself. I've had enough. We've all had enough of your behavior. If you're not going to fix it, then there's no point sticking around and waiting for you to change. I'm not returning to your house. And if you won't reflect on your actions, I won't let you meet Skylar.
You won't let me see Skylar? That's ridiculous. You can't do that. You can't keep her away from me. You have no right to do that. I'm not going to listen to a woman that can't even raise a child properly. You don't have to come back, but I'm not letting you keep Skylar. Give her back right now. Skylar will be happier that way, and you'll thank me one day when you realize that. She belongs with us, not you. We'll raise her, so don't be so selfish and give her up.
I'm sorry, but who's we?
Daniel, Robert, and I. The three of us will raise her without you. I know that we can make Skylar 1,000,000 times happier if you're not around to ruin her life. She doesn't need a failure of a mother like you. You should give her back to me for her sake.
Robert's actually with me right now. Daniel will be here soon too. He's already asked his manager for the rest of the day off after he's finished in his meeting. The truth is, it wasn't a hospital appointment I had this morning. I'm sorry I had to lie, but you wouldn't let me leave the house until I said that I would be going to the hospital.
What? Then where were you? What were you doing?
I was being honest when I told you that I would be going to my parents' house, but I was somewhere else this morning. I went to have a viewing of a house with Robert to get his opinion.
You went to see a house? But why would you do that? I didn't tell you to leave my house until an hour ago. And why would you need my husband's opinion?
Daniel and I have decided that we're going to move out. And when we told him, Robert was very interested in the idea too. Maybe you should ask him for the details when he returns home tonight, since I won't be coming back. Ever.
But why would Robert be interested in looking at a new home?
Daniel and I have been thinking about moving back out, ever since we first moved in with you and you started to bully me. We've both hit our limits, and we can't take it anymore. It's too stressful being with you all day, every day, and he doesn't complain. But I know it's tough on Daniel when I vent after he's had a long day at work. It's been hard for the both of us. The only reason why we didn't move out earlier is because it was a strain on my body to move our stuff to your house in the first place, and we didn't want to go through that again.
Hit your limits? Stressful? What's that supposed to mean? You're just exaggerating. How pathetic. All I'm doing is showing you how to do things properly.
Daniel's had enough of your behavior too. He can't stand the way you speak to me, and he knows that you've been throwing away the food I make as well. He knows about how you follow me around when I do the laundry and the washing up, nitpicking at every single thing. He promised me that we would make preparations so that we can move out as soon as the baby is born. And he kept that promise. He found a few places that were open for viewing and cut the choices down to 2 places so I wouldn't have to go back and forth. When we spoke to Robert, he offered to pay half of the deposit, saying that he wanted to come with us.
Excuse me? Robert wants to move out? Well, he was obviously including me when he said that.
He meant that he wanted to move in with us and move away from you. Apparently, he's had enough of your attitude as well. And since you won't change, no matter how many times he's spoken to you, he's decided to leave you. He's telling me that he left the divorce papers on the table in the living room. Have you seen them? He says that he's already signed them, so you just have to sign your side and leave them there. He'll have them filed tomorrow.
I found them, but I don't understand. Why would he want to divorce me? I haven't done anything to deserve this. Answer the phone. I want to speak to my husband. He's with you, isn't he? Let me talk to him. I can't trust a word you say.
Why would I lie? Those papers have already been signed, haven't they? I wouldn't fake his signature just to trick you. Robert says that he'll talk to you when he gets home, but that he's already made his feelings clear in past conversations. You just haven't been listening to him properly. Anyway, we're busy getting our new home ready. Could you wait until later?
I don't understand why Robert and Daniel have to move away too. I only said that you don't need to come home. What about me? What am I supposed to do? They can't leave me here by myself?
Robert says that he'll give you that house in the divorce. He has no need for it if he's moving in with us, and he doesn't want you causing us trouble just because you can't find a new home for yourself. You're lucky he's being so generous. Daniel and I have no intention of living with you ever again. And of course, we're not going to give you our daughter. Robert's decided that he wants a divorce and that he doesn't want to live with you anymore. I think that explains everything you want to know.
What about me? I'm going to live here all by myself? You're not making any sense. Why can't I come with you?
Weren't you listening to what I said? We've told you over and over that the way you've been treating me is unacceptable. We wouldn't have had to do this if you had fixed up your attitude and stopped behaving so immaturely. If you had listened to your own husband's warnings and your son asking you to stop treating me so horribly, we would have never decided to move out. We would still be living with you, and you would still be able to spend time with your loved ones. But unfortunately, you haven't shown any signs of changing or even feeling bad about what you've done. You deny all responsibility, and we've had enough. Because of your selfishness, you'll have to spend the rest of your life all alone.
What about Daniel? What does he think? He can't be serious about leaving his own mother all alone. I raised him. He's better than that. He would never abandon me like this. You've tricked him into thinking I'm the bad person and convinced him and my husband to follow you.
Have you forgotten that Daniel was the one that was always intervening and defending me from you when we first moved in? He was doing his best to keep himself between you and I when he could, and making sure that I wasn't stuck with you alone when he was at home. But then he had to start a new project at work, and was coming home tired more often, and didn't even have the strength to argue back the things you were saying to me. The stress of work and your treatment of me was accumulating for him too. That's when he promised that he would find us a new place to live. We realized that the best way to deal with the situation was to just put space between us and you, for the sake of our physical and our mental health.
You're lying. Daniel would never want to leave me. And Robert can't be serious about getting a divorce. At this age, I'll never be able to get remarried. I'll be alone. Can't he rethink the divorce? I'll do anything. He's not honestly thinking we should get divorced, is he?
You'll have to talk to Robert directly about that. Though he says that there's nothing more to say. And we've already chosen a new home that has enough room for the three of us and Skylar. Robert is welcome to live with us, but there's no room here for you. Moreover, Robert's actually put a lot of money into this house for us. He's been very considerate, since Daniel and I had to pay a lot for the hospital bills last week. We don't plan on telling you where our new address is either.
But I'll never be able to see Skylar ever again. Are you honestly going to separate us?
I'm not going to let you see her. You'll have to show that you can change first. I don't know if you can, but if you want to see her, you'll have to. I don't plan on meeting you until then either. I'm sure you don't care whether you see me again or not, but I just wanted to make it clear that this is what happens when you treat someone as though they're inferior to you. You end up alone.
What did I do to deserve this? Why is everyone leaving me behind? You're telling me that I have to spend the rest of my life, my elderly years, all alone? That's too much! You don't have to go this far! I thought I would be able to spend the last 20 years of my life taking care of my grandchild. I wanted to have peace and quiet, and not worry about any of the chores or worry about money. This isn't what I wanted. I was dreaming of my life as a grandmother, but now I'll have to get a job. I have to do everything myself. I won't be able to see my family. That's not fair.
Really? I guess you hoped that I would be the one to take care of all the chores and plan to live off your husband's savings and pension, all without lifting a finger yourself. But you ended up breaking that dream with your own hands. You should have been more respectful towards the people around you if you wanted them to love and take care of you. I am tired of you complaining about every little thing I do. But now, you'll have to do everything yourself, and you won't be able to see your family ever again. That's the price you've paid. You'll have to accept it.
Fine, I understand I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been so nagging. I'll do my best to get on with you from now on. I'll change the way I've been acting towards you, so please don't move out.
It's too late for that. We've already paid the deposit and signed the documents for the house. We won't change our minds about living away from you. And we'll be moving all of our things into the new place over the next few days. We're all going to live here in peace without you. Robert will be returning to your house this evening to pack up our essentials, so you should have a good long talk with him then. He'll be staying there until all of our things have been moved. But he's quite adamant about having the divorce, so I suggest you forget about talking him out of it, and talk about how you can make an effort to change your behavior. That way, you might have a chance to meet Skylar in the future.
Naomi, I'm sorry. Let's all live together. I don't want to be alone. I think we might have gotten off to a bad start, but I'll change. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sure you'll come to understand why I was so harsh towards you. It was for your sake, but I won't do that anymore. Just let me see Skylar.
I find it hard to believe that you'll change when you're still making excuses. You can't even apologize properly. It's too late after all. You can't change. Besides, you were saying yourself that you don't want to live with me, remember? I confirmed over and over, and you said that you wanted me to leave. Well, I don't want to live with you either. I hope you'll enjoy your final years without a rude, useless woman like me in the way. After her conversation with Naomi ended, Kim had no choice but to wait for her husband to come home. The first thing Robert did when he returned to the house was to tell Kim that he wanted a divorce, and that he wasn't going to change his mind. He checked that she had signed the papers and took them to his lawyer to have them filed. He didn't speak a word to Kim after that, and spent his time packing away all of his things. Anything that had to be dealt with regarding the divorce was done through his lawyer, and he was able to move houses without much fuss. Kim got the house in the divorce, but it was brought to her lawyer's attention that she had spent Robert's savings on several occasions without his permission, and as a result, the amount she received in alimony payments decreased significantly. It wasn't enough for her to keep up the payments for the household bills, so she had to find a job in order to earn some money to pay for other essentials. She was so desperate to meet Skylar that she went to Naomi's parents' house and demanded that they tell her Naomi's new address. It didn't occur to her that she should have just shown Naomi that she was making an effort to change. In the end, Naomi's parents called the police because of how aggressive Kim was being, and Kim was taken away in a police car to be questioned. Kim was not only divorced and looking for a job, but had also been slapped with a restraining order from Naomi's parents. On the other hand, Naomi and Daniel were living happily ever after with their small family and were looking forward to having their next child. Robert was delighted he was freed of his selfish wife and was taking great pleasure in taking care of his granddaughter.